Hello everyone, my name is Carolina Villamil. I'm a PhD student in BTH and I did this research about sustainability product portfolio with the support of my supervisor, Sophie Holstead. So in order to understand the portfolio of a company, we will see the product development process. Usually when a company wants to introduce sustainability in the product development process, usually they put sustainability in the middle or the end of the process when it's very little room to do some changes. So the idea is like if you put it in the early stages of the process, there are more possibilities that sustainability is more successful. So the idea is that a portfolio of a company is a set of products, services, technologies, and processes. So when a company do this, they do it in the early stages of the process, in the product planning process. So it's more important to put sustainability in this process because we will ensure sustainability. So usually when they define a product portfolio, they focus on the project management elements like cost, time, risk, but usually they don't have sustainability inside. So the idea is that we focus on this framework for strategic sustainability development, where we look at the backcasting perspective, where we set a vision for the future, and we will see what are the actions that we have to do in order to reach that visions. So, and we have the 8 sustainability principles that are focused on the environmental, social, and economic perspective of sustainability. So the idea is this framework is very useful for the definition of a sustainability product portfolio. So the idea of this research is that we want to define what is a sustainability product portfolio. We want to see what is the evaluation criteria, what can be the tools and methods to define a product portfolio, how we can communicate to the stakeholders the product portfolio in order that they understand what the company offers, and what can be the benefits and how we can improve the portfolio of a company in order to introduce sustainability in the complete product portfolio. So we have found key factors for the definition of a sustainability product portfolio. One is integration of sustainability. Integration means that you have to put sustainability in all the elements of the company. That's why you need to have a holistic system, a holistic view or a system thinking. And you have to do an assessment of the complete life cycle. As well, you can have a stakeholder analysis where you can evaluate all the stakeholders that are part of the assessment. As well, definitely it is very important to put sustainability in the early stages of the process and in the portfolio definition. And usually the portfolio is aligned with the company goals and the strategy as well. You have to put sustainability in the same way. And it's important to include risk, product value, and requirements into the portfolio definition. A stage gate model and multi-criteria selection models are very useful as well for the product portfolio. And innovation and new approaches are very important, like for example, product service system or biomimicry or eco-design. So in the case of portfolio technology, we did a research for additive manufacturing for aerospace. We found out that in the holistic view, if you look at the complete system, if you focus on some parts that you can repair, you can increment the life of those companies and you will increment the life of the engine. As well, if you put, like, for example, new approaches, like, for example, biomimicry, if you design components with an organic form, you can reduce the weight and as well you can reduce the emissions and the amount of fuel. In the tools that have been used, we found like life cycle assessment is a very useful tool and this is the most used tool. And we found some challenges, like for example, social sustainability. Like there is not like a very good assessment of social sustainability. The other thing is like there is not a complete perspective of the complete system. So sometimes the assessment is focused in only one part and it's not in the early stages of the process. And usually they have too many tools that are focused more in management and not in sustainability. And usually it's difficult to introduce sustainability because of the cost, quality, and many of the resources and many other elements. So the idea of this workshop is like we will focus on the selection criteria. We want to define what are going to be the products and services of a portfolio. So we can have, like as I told you before, cost, risk, but we should put sustainability. And that's the idea, to introduce sustainability as a selection criteria. So we have some companies, for example, Henkel, they have introduced sustainability in this stage gate model. So in each stage, they have sustainability variables. And at the end, they have a set of elements that are according with this selection criteria. Another company is called BUS. They have these sustainability criteria that is very focused on sustainability as well. Like, for example, climate change, water scarcity, biodiversity, and many other criteria that they evaluate with each product that they have. They evaluate with these sustainability criteria. They have as well cost as one of the criteria. So, well, thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy the workshop.